Imagine for a moment the very essence of who you are, the heart of your being, expresses itself in everything you do. Now you may already know deep down that there are moments when you feel truly alive, when your passion flows so naturally, so effortlessly, that time seems to disappear. And as you think about this, you might begin to notice how this feeling it isn't confined to any one part of your life, but is present whenever you decide to fully commit to something with all your energy, all your heart and all your soul. And as you breathe deeply, just allowing yourself to relax, you can begin to appreciate how easy it is to feel that love in your work, in every task, in every action. It's almost as if work becomes an extension of your very being, something you don't only do, but something that you pour yourself into completely, effortlessly, because you want to, because you choose to. You decide whatever you do, you'll give it your all, because that is who you are. It's in your nature to give yourself fully to whatever you commit to. And when you do that, you're already succeeding, because you're making your work an expression of love. Now notice how this love, it doesn't just stop at effort or willpower. No, it's far more than that. The very energy, the passion, the charisma that you have, it naturally flows into what you do. It's like there's an invisible force inside you that takes whatever task is in front of you and it turns it into something extraordinary, something that can only come from you. You might begin to feel how your mind and your body, they come together seamlessly, creating magic with every action that you take. And it's a magic that feels both easy and exhilarating, because it's the purest form of self-expression. Can you imagine now, just for a moment, how every challenge becomes an opportunity to showcase who you really are? The moment you commit, the more you know your best is always enough. Because when you give your best, you create something far greater than just the task at hand. You create an experience, and with every experience you grow, and your connection to what you do deepens. Every single moment you spend in your work becomes a chance to say to the universe, this is me, this is my love, my passion, my playfulness, my soul in action. It's almost as though the work itself begins to respond to your energy. It's like the work becomes a mirror, reflecting your joy, your creativity, and your fun-loving spirit. And isn't it fascinating how, when you approach it this way, you begin to find new levels of satisfaction, new ways of enjoying the process. And even when things don't go perfectly, you realize your love for the task is enough to keep you moving forward, to keep you engaged and connected. After all, the fun is in the doing, and the love is in the commitment. It's like you have this inner sense, this knowing, that by fully committing to whatever that you're doing, you unlock the most extraordinary version of yourself. It's like a key turns and suddenly you find yourself operating at a higher level. Your thoughts become clearer, your actions become more fluid, and the very people around you begin to sense this shift in energy, this infectious passion that draws them in. They can't help but feel energized and inspired by your commitment, by the love you put into every action. And with every choice, you're reaffirming your belief that work is not just something you do, it's who you are. It's the way you express your most authentic self to the world. It's the most playful, loving, intuitive way possible that you can express yourself. The more you embrace this belief, the more it becomes your reality. It's as though the universe itself conspires to make your work a true expression of love, guiding you in ways that feel both exciting and natural. And before you know it, you're not just working, you're living your passion. So it's clear now, isn't it? The more you commit, the more you give yourself fully, the more you become a conduit of love, creativity and joy in everything that you do. And all of this starts with a simple choice that you make right now to express yourself fully in your work, bringing all of your energy, intuition, passion and charisma to the surface. And as you continue on this path day by day, Your commitment deepens. Your energy multiplies. And the love you put into your work spreads outward, creating ripples that touch everything and everyone around you. It's a cycle of love and expression that continues to grow, transforming your work into a true masterpiece of your own making. Because the more that you express yourself in this way, the more your work becomes a celebration of who you are. And now, with every breath you take, with every action you take, you allow yourself to feel the truth of this. Work is your expression of love. Whatever you choose to do, you commit 100% to, bringing all your energy, your passion, your soul into it. And in doing so, you create something beautiful, something uniquely you, that can only come from a heart so full of love. And isn't that just the most amazing thing to realize? And as you continue to listen, you may start to feel something deep inside you, a quiet yet undeniable knowing, a sense that when you choose to express yourself through your work, it's like you're stepping into a new dimension of possibility, a dimension where your efforts, they're effortlessly aligned with your heart, your soul, and your deepest desires. It's as if there's a path before you, one that's always been there, guiding you in ways you might not have even noticed before. Subtle shifts, quiet whispers that tell you, this is exactly what you're meant to be doing. So notice how, when you begin to approach everything, you do it with this mindset. Your work transforms. It no longer is something that you simply do. It becomes an experience. And in that experience, you begin to see your work as an expression of your love, your creativity, your passion, and your very essence. It's as if every action that you take is like a brushstroke on a masterpiece that only you can create. And what's so fascinating is, as you commit fully, as you give yourself completely, your work begins to reflect that love, that joy, that energy, in ways you never even imagined. You may even begin to feel, with each breath, a subtle shift inside, a recognition that when you focus on your passion and commit 100% to it, the results become secondary, because the true power is in the doing, in the expression, in the energy that you put into the task at hand. It's like the task itself becomes a partner in this creative dance. When you bring all your soul, all your passion, all your charisma into it, the world responds in kind, effortlessly, naturally. Things just fall into place. People are drawn to you. Opportunities seem to appear when you need them. It's almost as though you've tapped into a stream of pure energy, flowing effortlessly through you, guiding you to success without struggle. Isn't it fascinating to think, the more you commit to expressing yourself fully, to bringing all of your intuitive, loving energy into your work, the more you open up to new possibilities. You may not have realized before, but the truth is, your love for work makes it flow. It makes it alive. It makes it something that speaks to you and through you. And the more you infuse that energy into your work, the more others can feel it, because people can sense true passion. They can feel when something is done with love, when something is done from the heart. And as you do this more and more, you begin to take on a rhythm, a flow that draws others in, inspiring them without you even trying. And it's almost as if the world itself welcomes this expression of love. Like the universe is saying, yes, this is the way, this is the path. Every step you take, every action that you choose, becomes an offering, a gift to the world, a gift to yourself. And in that moment, as you step into your work with all of your heart, you realize something truly amazing. Your work is not separate from you. It's a direct reflection of who you are. It's an extension of your being, an outpouring of your soul. The more you give, the more you receive. Your passion, your creativity, your love. It all comes back to you tenfold, in ways you might not even fully understand. But just as you start to recognize the truth, you can feel it, can't you? It's a deep knowing that the more love you pour into your work, the more you love yourself, and the more you love the world around you. So just imagine for a moment what happens when you give yourself fully 100% to whatever you do. What happens when every action becomes a deep extension of your love, your passion, your joy? Well, you already know, don't you? It becomes effortless. The work flows naturally. And as you engage with this, it starts to take on a life of its own, as though the very task that you're involved with is energized by your love, by your attention. And the more you continue to express yourself in this way, the more you begin to notice how everything aligns, how your energy connects, how things just seem to work, how every task becomes a gateway to more love, more joy, more connection. And the beauty of all this is, you don't have to try to make it happen. It's already happening. Just by committing to your work with 100% of your passion, you begin to see the natural flow. You don't need to force anything. You don't need to push. The only thing you need to do is commit to showing up fully, to infusing everything that you do with love, and to trust the rest will unfold. Because the truth is, when you give yourself to your work with love, it can't help but expand. It can't help but grow into something beautiful, something uniquely you. And as it expands, so do you. And as you think about this, you might begin to feel the pull of the natural desire to express yourself freely, fully, without hesitation, to let your intuition guide you, to let your creativity flow without fear of judgment. Because when you do, you're simply being yourself. And when you're fully yourself, the energy that you create becomes magnetic. It pulls you closer to your goals. It draws others into your orbit. It brings opportunities you didn't even expect. Isn't it incredible how your commitment to love, it can turn any task into something amazing? How just a shift in perspective, the smallest thing can be transformed into a beautiful act of self-expression. And as you continue on this path, you might notice your work becomes not just a task, but a reflection of your soul. And the more you commit, the more you realize how fulfilling it is, how energizing it is to do things with full commitment, with love, with passion, how much more alive you feel when you're truly immersed in what you're doing. So let's just pause for a moment and realize this. Your work is your love. Every single task you choose to do is an opportunity to express who you are. When you commit to it fully, you're not only transforming the task, you're transforming yourself. And the more you embrace this truth, the more your life begins to flow with ease, with joy, and with purpose. And this is amazing, how by giving all of yourself to your work, you create the very energy that propels you to new heights. That every action, every decision that you make is part of an unfolding, part of a natural flow that connects your deepest desires with the work that's in front of you. Because work in its purest form is a celebration of you, your energy, your love, your creativity, your charisma. And as you continue, you start to realize, with every step you take, with every breath, with every beat of your heart, this is your path, this is your journey. And the more you walk it, the more you express yourself, the more you find everything you need. It's already here, ready to unfold, as your work becomes your most powerful expression of love.